that stuff.
I'm going the wrong place. Where are people?
Straight on the way to Sausage.
Top.
Just click on, just hover your mouse over. You'll see where we're at. Shows all our names.
The native creatures of Provis fauna have fallen into madness, but their little ones may still be saved.
And then cookies too, please, sir.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't forget to soulstone somebody.
I saw one a soul stone like a mage. Wait, no, I won't do that. That's
That'll
fun.
work.
That sounds funny.
Go ahead.
No. No. I'll soul stone. I'll soul stone myself. Hey, let's go. Let's start clearing trash.
And Dag, I didn't even kill you. Aren't you happy?
Yep. Sure.
I'm probably the only one who saw you change. Become hostile.
Did you see me in ice block?
I
don't
did.
know.
You were like this thing hanging in the sky in an ice block.
How could you kill me?
Oh, we would have found a way.
I wonder if we'll have Ith. You know, in his speaking role, I mean.
I don't feel the need to talk all the time.
Maybe he's eating tacos or something. I don't know.
More tacos?
No, I just don't need to talk all the time.
I need tacos all the time.
It's Tuesday.
It is. Are they Sadie's tacos? should have ranged.
What?
Is that 2 weeks in a row?
I mean, I can go pull him if you want.
Hello.
Moon, you're giving me flashback to BFA and the corruption. So much corruption.
Remember somebody pulling a boss munch when that's switching gear and had like 150 corruption?
Okay, I do not have any of the big feasts. You guys okay with the?
I have big feast.
Yeah, you put it.
Okay.
I would hold on to those until the big expensive big ones. Hold on to those until Anduin.
Where are we headed?
Ooh, the sausage.
So we're gonna 6 heal with 19.
Well, it depends on if anyone's DPS is better than their healer. Back.
Passing.
Negatory
Say
Ghost
passing.
Rider.
Diego's is gonna tank for us.
Yeah.
Apparently, this feral isn't bad. That
Is there a cauldron dropping, or are we doing personals?
we're doing Cauldron, yeah.
Is anyone using Bomber's Wall?
What?
Yes.
Healers?
Okay, open trade with me then.
Oh, I thought you guys anybody have any. I'm not using it. I have some.
Okay. Who can use it? I made some by accident.
You made what now?
In Bomber's Wall. Who would like 5 for free?
That's a tank oil, isn't it?
Healer.
Tank healer.
There we go. Done.
Thank you.
Do you just want the plain 30 stats?
And Rin is already.
Oh, okay, because that's
opened
the
it.
thing. The
Stats?
guild banks thing's sitting right here. We can just get you one out.
Do you just want stats?
You know what's the one with or is that on the cloak? Oh no, yeah. Shit. Which one do we have ever? I forget.
I just
Oh.
use the straight stats.
Yeah, give me the stats. It doesn't really matter.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Cloak, I do
Needs to be
avoidance.
at least
Yeah,
2
that's what I was
centuries
thinking about. The cloak.
Are you running logs, Rin?
old. If you
Yep,
find
I'll
anything
post 'em one second.
exotic, bring it.
Alright,
Just
dropping
wanted to
a
make sure
Cauldron.
somebody was doing it.
Chill flasks.
I'm just gonna take one of those.
Yeah, other people cover you.
I'm
Get
gonna
back.
wait 30 seconds and then I'm gonna take a second one.
Gone.
Stupid text messenger.
Okay.
Five, four, three, two, one.
His voice must prevail. Fragmenting note. Dissonant chord. Destructive coda.
Blue. That's blue. In the middle. Group. Screen group.
Destructive coda.
Here we go.
Harmony will not be silenced. Purifying coda.
Right here.
Add.
We're fine here. Just keep going.
Staggering tempo.
Group 1.
Group 1. 1 and 3.
Add. Coming out.
Interrupt one.
Dissonant chord.
Interrupt two.
2 and 4. Barrage.
Staggering tempo.
In the middle.
Fragmenting note.
Add.
Interrupt one.
Obliteration arc.
Back up a little bit. Back up. Okay, we're good. No.
No, we're
Beg to
not.
differ, sir.
Yeah, well, you gotta watch your own timer.
The song of creation begins. The harmony will not be
Rush beat.
silenced. Destructive vibrato.
Add.
Dissonant chord.
Watch the wave, second wave, 2, 1, and then the third.
Destructive coda.
Acceptable losses.
Okay, we're gonna go kill Cymox next. I know we go backwards, but still. Just to get that off our save.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to offer this cloak to the group, even though it doesn't have. I have 2 of them in my pouch, and I don't think.
You
I
didn't
don't
put
know
it
if-
up for roll last time.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have the blue text. That's what's weird. I have a 265 equipped.
You have to equip. Oh, well, you have
Bad.
to just equip one of them.
Bad, that's not the cloak.
Oh.
That's leather.
Hmm.
Okay, I didn't want that. This roll was for the cloak.
Anyone who's using Addy bags, do you know how to open your actual
Yes.
backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you click the icon on the
The
top.
icon at the top left.
Oh, thank you.
Or that.
That didn't do it. That showed my equipped bags.
But if you mouse over, it shows what your actual bags.
It'll click each individual bag. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. It should show each bag individually, right?
No, it's just sorting stuff now.
Mine does.
Well,
Yeah,
The little brown bag next to the word backpack.
yeah, okay, let's all tell me I'm doing it wrong, even though I'm just clicking it. It's showing my equipped bags, and every time I click something, it just sorts it.
He's streaming right now, so you can actually see his screen.
Right.
FY.
If you
Yep.
hover over things in there,
Are you right clicking or left clicking?
I'm left clicking.
It does show individual bags though.
What is it? You're
Yeah,
trying to
but
do?
no, I want to see the default.
The backpack versus
Yeah.
bag?
Yeah.
It's listed right there at the top.
No,
Backpack.
I don't want to see this. I want to see the standard inventory
Yeah, he wants to see his bags as if he didn't have the bag.
because
bag
it's
Addy bags at all.
stacking. It's stacking these 2 things.
Okay, just go turn Addy bag off in your add-ons, reload.
Yeah, I was trying to get around doing that.
Okay.
The other thing, you can go to the options and just turn off the stack unstackable real quick, and it'll separate it for him. Because he has a feature turned on that says stack unstackable items. He just has to turn that off real quick.
Yeah, there is an option in there somewhere, stack similar items.
Yeah, I know I have that equipped. I just
Oh, are we dragging these to the one mob and killing the things and not the mob? So we can get the thing for the chest?
Sure. There's a pat here.
Yeah,
you
need
have to bring her next to it to take down the shield.
You have to bring him 3 sets of mobs. Once he's got the 3rd buff, he will give the tank a key, and the tank can then open the chest, which will have parts for the snail mount in it.
That is
This
way
one.
too complicated.
It's this guy behind us. We just need to pull him and then pull other trash into him until the tank gets the buff.
Yeah, you just don't kill him. Just keep pulling trash into him.
So one tank, pull him off to the side.
Okay.
No one else should shoot him or hit him. The other tank go
All right,
grab
I'll get him.
some other shit.
why am I going? Yeah, so now that I'm in the standard backpack, it has the text on it.
Gotta let the ads get in.
Do they have to be near him?
They have to be once he's empowered. I believe he's currently empowered.
No, 3 stacks. I think it's 4.
3 stacks right now.
There we go. Now kill the big ad. Don't kill the side ads. This creature will drop a security override orb on death. Okay? Oh, we all die.
Oh, did you guys not go to Pantheon?
No, we said we were going to Zymox in order to update our lockout. That's why the other tank's not doing anything.
Grim, I had other things on my mind. You should have done this.
Bag issues?
Yes.
He had baggage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then some.
Let's just reset this.
Should we just kill this guy? I mean, or what are we doing?
Well, hold on to it. Stop killing him.
Oh my god!
Please stop.
Can't kill anything.
We need the other tank here.
Kill the bombs.
Yes, please kill the bombs.
Okay.
The sentries. Those are what killed everybody.
And we're doing this for one person to get parts for a mount.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take the
Everyone
part.
gets to loot the chest.
Thank you.
The silent majority wants them. Only a few people asked for it, but I know
I'll
a
do
bunch
it.
of people want it. Okay, now folks, single target the big guy, because you see he's got a buff. This creature will drop a
Taskmaster?
security. Yes, it will drop an override key, but it only does it if the other ads are alive around it. So that's why we need to keep them alive. So single target only.
Should probably kill the bombs if they pop up, though.
Yes, you can kill the bombs. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. Once he drops the key, then the key can be used to open the chest.
Now these guys can die, right?
Yes. Someone should have got the debuff. Probably one of the tanks. Someone should have got it, or we all get it.
It's an item in your bags that you can use that'll unlock it.
What?
There's a chest here.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Security override orb.
Yeah, that is
Okay,
what you
where-
need to look for.
Okay.
Look for where?
Cerebi got it. I can see it in the loot thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Snail soul. Oh my
Me
lord!
too. That's what I got too.
Woohoo!
Oh, jelly.
I didn't get anything.
Snailed.
I didn't get the bridle, but I got a soul.
Yes, you can now be a snail.
Well, the bridles you can buy off the auction house. The soul,
Bunch of us.
Aw,
you can't.
man.
You cannot buy the bridles off the auction. They are bind on Blizzard account.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you could.
Someone remind me to go Night Fae for next week so I can get the snail soul.
I'll try.
You won't.
I
You'll forget
might.
faster
I'll
than
forget.
me.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Yay!
Tell Siri or Google to remind you.
Put in the Nightborn Guild message of the day, then we'll all remember.
Just tell it to remind you in 1 week to go Night Fae.
Okay, I write it down. It's right in front of my keyboard.
It's like
Is there no end to your
it's like Ved
incessant
trying to
hunger?
remember her character's parents' names, putting it on the bottom of the monitor.
Yeah, I got a sticky on the bottom of my monitor. Not
Hey.
my real grandparents, just my D&D.
Yes.
Well, I
D&D
figured that's what you were talking about was D&D.
Yes. Yes.
That picture looks like Rex is trying to influence which class the kid's gonna play.
At least he's wearing a shirt in that one.
It's good for the baby to
All right.
be warm
There
and
it-
flesh. So
There is a fly buzzing around here, and it's
I never
driving me
did that with my
nuts.
daughter.
I never did that shit either.
I'm gonna punch it in that face.
You
as soon
didn't.
as
But y'all are older.
I didn't take my clothes off and hug with my baby.
She would have choked on the chest hair.
They like the skin.
I did swaddle Nathan and cuddle him up next to me because
Baby burrito.
baby burrito on the old futon couch.
There's gotta be a burrito place with swaddle in the name, right?
Are we gonna drop a feast for those who died, or are we gonna go personal on that one?
We can drop food.
And are we going to give Ark a second?
What?
Fed, I've got quite a bit, so you tell me.
Okay. Oh,
He's working on
okay.
it.
Go.
That's whatever. I just don't want to put 2 down.
Put the big feast down because we might need it for this boss.
I was gonna say he's not even in Discord, but then I spoke.
Magic.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a place like that, but they actually have burrito-style blankets, so it looks like the baby is actually a burrito.
Yay!
Yeah, the nurse called it baby burrito when she taught me how to do it, so we always called it baby burrito.
So we were
One
waiting
more
on
quickie.
Mark.
Thank you.
If I summon him, he shouts at me.
Yeah.
Hey, Griff.
If I ever have a kid, I'm getting a tortilla style blanket.
You don't get to pick.
Like hell, I don't.
There's a link, save it if.
They're all. If you ever see pictures of babies in the hospital, they always have the same blankets.
Yeah, but I buy one of these when I bring the baby home. The baby isn't going to stay there forever.
Okay, but he's still at the hospital.
Ark, do you need a flask?
Sure, if you got a non or spare or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, we put down a cauldron.
I have regulars too.
Thanks.
But
Oh, I got one already.
okay.
Yeah, I gave him mine.
If whenever you have a baby, you do what you're fucking told.
At least long enough to get out of the hospital.
That was a quick bait and switch. I expected you do whatever the fuck you want. No, you do what you're told.
Thank you, Ark. You know what I'm talking.
Oh, I know. Those first moments are precious if you value your life.
Yeah, but I'm going to have a burrito blanket on reserve for when the missus goes out.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Can't speak for anybody else, but
Don't be sorry.
my missus slept for the 4 hours after giving birth. She was white.
Mine was in surgery.
Oh goodness. I don't remember how. My gosh. I know Moon. She took a lot of cat naps, but she didn't go to sleep.
Blade's back. And Pantai's here, so I guess that means Blade gets his wish.
Yeah, we're pulling.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am past my breaking point. It is amusing how you stumble through space and time.
I gotta learn how to time that better.
AoE is in.
And then float, so you can
Traps
die.
going out.
Your agony amuses me. Your destruction is unavoidable.
No. Through.
You cannot even control where you stand.
AoE is
Hold the tank.
Traps in 3.
Outside.
You mortals cannot even bear us. These stasis fields should keep you busy. This force will overtake you.
Hey, we skipped it. To the boss.
Oh lord.
Second acolyte. Nope.
That one was hiding.
Still not up. Okay, spread back out. New wormholes go into yellow, or yellow, yeah, star.
I wonder what effect folding space has on your flesh.
AoE is incoming.
Spread. And then traps right after.
Huddle close, so you can die together. What is that? Your agony amuses me.
People should shift towards blue.
Your destruction is unavoidable.
We're going to the middle. Everyone move to the middle.
Too early. And they're gonna get pulled.
Now, go through quick.
AoE is incoming.
Away from the tank. To the edges, to the edges.
You mortals cannot even bear a spark of my genius.
What is
Stasis
that?
field should keep you busy. This boss will overtake you.
Move to the middle, but keep pushing him. We can skip it. Well, maybe not.
It's not over yet.
Going.
Secure the
Okay. Stay in the middle.
Look out for the trap. Oh, far side.
On to the acolytes. Skull next. Hero.
It is amusing how you stumble through space and time.
Let's go in the green.
AoE is incoming.
Huddle close, so you can die together.
Traps.
What is that?
Your agony amuses me. Your destruction is unavoidable.
Head to green. Oh, never mind.
Wow.
Fine. Practice.
AoE is incoming.
Traps and 5. Start moving. Try and bait them to the edge.
Cannot even bear a spark of my genius. The
What is
stasis
that?
field should keep you busy. I wonder what effect folding space has on your flesh. This boss will overtake you.
I'm going with it over here.
That's fine. There, I moved the marker.
Run to the outside.
Inside.
Through.
Inside.
Go through. Again to purple.
You cannot even control where you stand.
Through.
And stay in the middle.
AoE is incoming.
Right middle.
Huddle close, so you can
Back
die
through.
together.
What is
Red.
that?
Your
Spread out with
agony
trap.
amuses
Oh,
me.
those traps. Just kill him before it matters.
Destruction is unavoidable.
Go around the back if you need to.
Giggity.
That's what she said.
Stay on target.
Still giggity.
I brought the trap. I brought the trap with me through the portal.
Cleanest yet?
Wait, I should have had this locked out, shouldn't I?
Thank you.
So
if you
I'm
extended.
I did, but it still gave me loot. That's not good.
Can I get a quick summons back?
I need to get a quick summons back as well.
I want to switch to Night Phase so I have Convoke ready for healing.
I completely forgot to change out my conduits raid.
Fine, Ved's gonna switch off now anyways. We'll start
we-
moving towards Alondris and we'll summon there.
Don't run off just yet, Ved.
Yeah, I would like those. If I don't know, Serby, if you need those the hands, but if you
Oh, I
don't.
don't. I just need I'll just need to roll now. Okay.
Why is everyone going right?
Oh, I got.
I'm just following people.
Alondris is left.
Make sure you're rolling on the right thing.
Oh my God! It's the wrong one again.
They're rolling 90s too.
Jesus, I didn't want
Something that Bed doesn't want. Have her roll for you. Might get some 90s anyway.
Mm-hmm.
No, see, Ved's a hunter. All loot is hunter loot.
Look at that!
Sure.
Holy crap!
I could
You
not
rolled a
get this.
91 again.
Did you roll a
crap.
91?
Yeah, but
Ben,
those
are
are the
you
same
using
ones
a
I've got.
weighted RNG?
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's the same.
She's
We're ending
she's
raid
gonna,
and we're playing D&D right now.
no, she's gonna roll like 4s and 2s on Friday. That's how it's gonna
That-
end up being.
I need you to pick me 7 random numbers.
Hey, Blade.
Wait, you need the bonus though, the Powerball.
Is there like an expansion you want me to give mine to?
Where are you?
The extended only locks you out if you extend it. You're the raid leader that goes on.
Well, does it still work though?
No.
You have to extend it before you go in.
What? Well, I did. What I
Yes,
mean is, will it work tomorrow? And it looks
Well,
like it should.
worst case is again, we'll check it tomorrow. Worst case is we'll kill the first 2 bosses real quick. Worst case.
I gotta use the washroom quick.
Thanks for the hands. Thanks, Serby, too, for putting them up. But I think I only need one pair.
Oh yeah, and if I don't need them, so if there's someone to DE, I'm taking first shard for the team. I don't
Yeah, let's start clearing trash. Oh, that's some extra.
So we added Segni and Portal Boss to our extend, I guess? That was the
Yes.
goal?
And we're gonna lock in an Anduin clear, up to Anduin clear tomorrow, so we don't have to kill the first 2 bosses again.
I'm ready for a summons, but I can do
Oh,
it.
we got it.
Okay.
It's literally been raining since I woke up this morning. Making me very tired.
It's a very old person thing to say.
So
Makes me wonder how anybody in Seattle gets anything done. Don't they get a lot of rain?
Yeah, nonstop.
Why is that an old person thing to say?
The rain makes
You're
me tired.
sleepy.
Makes you sleepy. It's my whole life has been like that.
That should be everyone summoned, yes? I think so.
Oh shit, big guy's coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a pat we
we
didn't
can-
kill.
Pull him back. We may not pull them.
We'll summon inside.
put traps here?
I did. I wanted you to get caught in one bed.
I could tell that you wanted to do that.
I ran into one so that there was a clear way.
Yeah, there was. So I was like, does that cause stun or anything? I flew over you and you stun. And I'm like, oh, that's what it does.
We're gonna have to replace that horse now.
You leave Shadow Flax alone.
Need a new payload.
Are you on like payload version 3 now?
Are you? How many have died?
A payload hasn't died when I've been around.
I haven't killed Payload. I only killed Arid on accident.
Let's be honest. The reason for losing horses always boils down to user error.
Yeah. You're like, your horse is in a bad spot during this fight. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. That's what he's there to absorb hits. He's my meat shield.
I have taken meticulous care of Shadow Flax to the point of getting him a son for some reason.
Reported to ASPCA.
Is Philandris on farm?
Mostly.
What's your definition of farm?
Do I need to go maximize my DPS?
No.
I mean, okay. If it doesn't cost you anything to do it, then yes, I want max DPS. If it's going to cost you,
It's going to cost you something.
Time.
Yes.
Oh, then no.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you get to sit in a corner and do nothing. No, just
It means you have to walk in. You can't go through the drive-through.
I mean, I don't go through drive-throughs, so I can accept this.
I meant the other drive-through.
What? Drive-bys?
Yep.
One sec, my mouse isn't working.
Really not working.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't click anything.
That's not a problem.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spell art.
Dispel Gwen.
Dispel Resin.
Dispel. Buzz.
Oh, that hit.
Target you.
Go van.
Spell light.
Spell cap.
Start moving. There it goes.
Stamping in 3, 2, 1.
Spread out. Watch your step.
Spell Gwen.
Spread out. Watch your step.
Explosion.
Spread out.
Okay.
Where is this one?
I got it. Her.
Spell cabinet.
Where's the second one though?
It's gone. I got it.
Okay. I got turned around in the room.
Spread out.
Over here by Tom.
Spell arc.
Spell Gwen.
This thing's coming towards the boss.
Give me a beam. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
This one's gonna hit.
Oh!
Defensives.
Tied up.
Mass dispel.
They're both over here. Let me take the next two.
Okay. Nah, he's
We're
gonna.
leaving. We're leaving.
I got myself so turned around in that room.
Spread out.
Not like what was on them.
I'll get it.
Spread out. Watch your step.
Spell on Gwen. You.
Spell
Knock
Greg, what you
back.
guys say?
Knock back.
Fine.
Spread out.
Whew.
Save Revan.
Revan's just styling on us.
Watch your step.
Knock back.
Shh. You meant to do it. Totally planned.
Spread out.
Here. Hero.
Spread out.
I think I taunted again.
I got it.
Nope.
Kind of like the side.
Spread out.
Yeah.
Missiles.
Okay, Aura.
Ooh, it's too close there.
Spread out.
Eagle's trying.
Spread out.
Drinking. Oh shit.
No.
I can tell
You're-
exactly what happened.
You're fine. That sounded overly dramatic.
He started using his Night Fae ability and then he had to move.
Oh, Soul Rut? Or whatever?
The Fey transfusion.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little bit different. Same thing.
I'd say it's
Can't
on.
trade.
I'd say it's on farm if we can fuck up in the second phase and still down it.
Indeed.
To be fair, it probably also helps that we have 6 healers.
True.
Don't ruin this.
What do I do to put up things again?
What I just did.
Whoa, thank you.
Exclamation row and then link.
Not what I did. I did it wrong.
Keep going, keep going.
And no.
It's a long one.
Rogue bear.
Shadow the shield, yet no mage corpses. I am disappointed.
Right, left your point.
Oh, dear. Are you giving me bread back? I don't want it.
I need to get instantly a trinket.
I already have. I should have.
Yeah, I'll take it.
More aberrations.
Their presence upsets the cycle.
The pattern must be restored.
Their strength harvested.
I was gonna say, could we get a portal up, but we can't summon our warlock.
Our only
Right.
warlock.
I just got back.
Is it good time for 5?
No, I mean, what are we missing?
You?
That's it? Just me?
Yep.
Okay. Give me 30 seconds. If I'd been smart, I would have put someone on follow. Then I might have got myself killed. Yeah. Oh, yes.
I hit yes. I don't know why it clicked X.
Alright, well, we're good anyways.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Focus, strategy,
You will never ascend!
Teleport
resolve is
Flesh
unbreakable.
exists to rot.
Kyrian, protect me!
To the Archon! Some scars never
Kyrian's
fade.
resolve is unbreakable.
Pitiful.
Oh, man.
Kyrian blade.
Bring up Eve.
What are you doing?
Mine do not dispel until someone calls for it or they're in the bubble.
Kyrian's resolve
Let
is
the
unbreakable.
necrosis spread. To the Archon! I will carve my runes into your soul.
Let's go.
A Kyrian's resolve is my spear will find your heart.
Weren't you in that, like?
Yeah.
Watch your step.
That was strange.
On the Archon. Prototype of duty.
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 Pride is your weakness. The gravity of your sin falls upon you.
Of the world. Charge.
Furry parade.
Your corpse shall feed my children.
You gotta find some shelter.
Tornadoes.
Nature cannot be conquered.
Absolution needs to
Yeah, Absolution needs some love.
Absolutely.
Thrash in torment.
Okay, they're on par. Hand.
I am the hand of your destruction.
Bread. There you go.
Renewal now.
What?
Renewal's 5 up.
Nature cannot be conquered. There
You
is
gotta find some
no
shelter.
shelter from nature's wrath.
I will carve the sin from your flesh.
When my seeds wither, so shall you.
Oh,
None will spare judgment.
Okay.
About to push them.
I'll get first war.
I'll get second.
Drinking.
I missed you.
Witness true courage. Your corpse shall be
Hero.
my children.
Watch your step.
Of the world, charge!
Thrash in torment.
A curious resolve is unbreakable. Nothing
You
is
gotta
stronger
find some
than a
shelter.
curious
Absolution.
blade.
Watch your step.
Ugh.
Don't push war yet. Switch off.
I will carve the
Okay.
same
A curious resolve is unbreakable. When
Gotta finish him
my
off.
seeds wither, so shall you.
Oh, thanks for bringing us to the loot.
Yeah, that's professional.
If anyone asks, that was planned.
I will take that first sigil. We'll take that.
Wounded with the 90s.
That'll take that one. Fed,
What? Ved? What is this?
I don't know. I don't know.
that has a weighted RNG, don't you know?
You just need to calm down, Ved.
Just calm down, man.
Deep breath.
Dead Knight.
It's really putting the death in Death Knight.
Yep. Kind of pancake too when you hit the floor.
Learn from experience.
Fast approaching my pee time.
on a schedule, right? You got an itinerary each day for this?
I do.
Now you sound like an old man.
Yes. No, if we kill this boss, we'll take a 5-minute before we start Anduin.
7.
Whatever. Do you need 7 minutes to pee?
You go back and forth between like 4 and 7. Very rarely is it ever actually a 5-minute break.
Yeah, usually because it's my OCD and I just round it up to the next 5-minute increment.
Ah, okay.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Makes sense.
I'm eligible for AARP, so you guys can say whatever the fuck you want.
I don't even know what that is.
Wow.
What is it? I don't know either.
Yeah.
We're raiding with 12-year-olds.
We're not American. We're not American. We're not
They're
American.
Canadians.
We're not American.
Oh.
It's the American Association of Retired Persons.
Old
Big
people.
old
Is that what that means?
company.
Huh.
Yes.
If you sign up, you
They
get
call
a
it
fanny pack.
CARP in Canada.
Carp.
That's usually what the retired do to go on their spare time. So they go find those. There's plentiful.
Carpe
Canadian
the diem, man.
Association.
Carpe the diem, man. Seize the carp.
Go shovel your driveway. I'm going to Florida.
Have fun with those monsoons.
Do you think
What?
you can hide from Canadians in Florida? You got something coming.
No, I don't want to hide from Canadians. I want to hide from snow.
I used to work in Florida, and like in the winter, it got swarmed by Canadians.
It still does.
So what you're saying is Florida is the worst place to hide from the Canadian.
I'm not hiding from Canadians. I'm hiding from the snow.
They bring the snow. Haven't you seen Game of Thrones?
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
You could tell who was a native Floridian during the winter too, because there'd be like big heavy coats, and then there'd be people walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm like, oh, they're from Canada.
Yes.
Did you just
The
call?
heavy coats are the ones from Florida are in heavy coats because it's cold.
I remember my mother telling me about a vacation she took to Florida with a women's retreat or whatever with them. Anyways, they went and used the pool, and apparently there were only people in the pool, and there were comments from people like, "Oh, they must be Canadian," because apparently it was cold outside. Weird.
I've seen people here in 30 below running around in shorts. So, and I'm not.
Those people
making
are
this up.
nuts.
I
Yeah,
see
they are.
so many people around here wearing shorts during the winter. We just don't give a shit. Here either.
That being said, the last time I was in Montreal, I saw kids walking around in minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit in shorts.
Yeah.
So
Admittedly, it takes a lot to get me into a jacket. So, I sort of get it.
There was this kid in my program at university that he was a very strange kid, but he used to wear shorts and Birks and bike to school in the middle of winter. And when asked about it, he'd go on like a full structured essay argument about how he's trying to build a tolerance.
How that works.
he's got a plan, I guess.
It was very strange.
You gotta look up
Admittedly-
Will something. He's the cold guy.
All right. Make sure you're standing between. I don't know why he's so far that way. Stand facing the ad.
Oh no, the skull over there. Damn it.
And combo in 5.
Nope.
There's a lot of junk on the ground, man.
Why don't you do something about it ever?
No.
I didn't put them there.
Someone spilled milk. Someone
That
needs
is
to clean
not
it
my
out.
problem.
Alright, killing the big guy. There we go.
When do we hear him?
After the big guy's dead.
Meow.
Target you.
I'm sorry, did you say meow?
Meow. Right meow.
Right meow.
You gotta be kidding me.
Do I look like a cat to you? All nimbly bimbly like jumping from tree branch to tree branch, tree to tree.
Nimbly bimbly?
Yeah. All nimbly bimbly like.
You just went like full on southern.
You don't remember that speech?
No.
Oh. Someone's got to remember what I'm talking
Get
about.
some more kids to go watch Super Troopers.
That's Super
Yes.
Troopers. Yeah, Super Troopers.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't remember that part. Okay.
Yeah. The guy in the car asks him, "Are you sorry? Are you saying meow?" And he starts responding with, he rants on. Sorry, do I look like I'm drinking milk from a saucer? You know, I'll look like a cat jumping around from tree branch to tree branch to tree branch, all nimbly bimbly like.
That was Jim Gaffigan.
Yes, it was.
2 seconds. Tank combo.
Emphasizing 5. Move to blue. Look out for the spilt milk on the floor. We left a convenient path right down the middle.
Priorities.
It's okay, we're not coming back here anyways. We're shit guests in this room. Wreck this B&B.
Where we're going, we don't need this puddle.
Yep. Where were you going with that one?
I don't know. I was trying to remember what that was.
We don't need roads.
Sure.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. It's called
Big boy.
Blues Brothers.
That's Back to the Future.
That's Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
like what?
Blues Brothers. What the hell?
One of us is misremembering a movie very badly, and I'm not sure which one it is.
The quote's from Back to the Future.
It is, yeah.
That was a fantastic troll. A+, brother.
It's your kids, Marty. We gotta do something about your kids.
Where?
We bring him over here to start with.
I went so far because I mistimed my charge.
Good thing you weren't going 88
now
miles
it's-
an hour, or you would have been gone back in time.
Now it's your
That's pretty
problem.
heavy.
Tank combo. Good luck.
I want to slap the bear and say this baby's got 1.21 gigawatts.
No, you
Great
leave
Scott.
him alone. Or, sorry, leave him alone.
Make like a tree or get out of here.
Wait. Pushback.
Tank combo.
Vamos. Collecting them in the middle. Little guys. Go get them. Get them.
What are we like? Balance?
That's your
Say
plan.
range going the boss.
Fenton! Jesus Christ.
Boss.
Knock back.
No. It's okay, your blue egg saved you.
We're gonna need people to be a little better job trying to kill Grak, please. That's twice now tonight where he's like nearly died. Saved by the egg or the seed, I'm assuming.
Seed is good.
Oh, 15 seconds.
I'm beginning to believe.
Use the ciphers you carry at the translocator.
God damn it! I finally got that last week, and then finally someone else gets that one.
We march to save
Oh God.
Tools of incomprehensible something something. What's that for?
I think it's for mount creation. Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah, that's for a mount.
All right, I'm running to the restroom.
It is done. The final chamber of the sepulchre opens before me. You were forged into a weapon to succeed where all others had failed.
You know, despite making 2/5 of this entire raid team, I feel like the paladin, shaman, priest, loot group is not getting nearly as many drops.
No love. Can't even fight over
like,
one thing.
I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, wait. I mean, I'm assuming most of us don't really need them, but at the same time, like, how are we not seeing more of these?
I cannot fail.
How many cloth wearers are there in the group?
I wear cloth if I have to.
There's 4.
Okay. I was talking about tier piece.
How many plate wearers are there?
6.
So there's more of you than there is of us.
That,
I have yet to roll on anything in this raid. On any in Sepulchre, not once.
I don't think you understand what I was talking about.
That was talking about the actual tier tokens, which are not based on armor set, but based on a different selection. So for mage would be mage, druid, and hunter.
Are we on break?
I was waiting for that roll. I'm waiting for that roll, but yes.
really would like to have Sylvanas' cloak. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she does have a cool looking cloak.
Yeah, it's simple, but I like the length and those whatever that is at the bottom there. Kind of cool. Those claws.
Probably would be claws, yeah.
So do we send down 3 healers, or do we keep 2 up so we can assign 1 specifically to CCs for the ads?
With 6 healers, it should be 3 and 3.
Yeah, he's saying, do we send 3 down each time, or do we just have 2 permanently up?
The question is basically, do we need the count, which I don't think we do, or do we need the CCs for ads more? Last week I feel like most of our wipes were related to CC related issues on the ads. Not missing count.
I don't know if it's not having CCs so much as people hitting them with dots. There were times where I had to go through all of my CCs to keep something down so that I could re-CC it when the dot was up. Like we're not hitting them with stars or anything, but they're definitely breaking out of the CC.
Yeah, I came back for I think 3 pulls, and 2 out of the 3 were just not getting CCs on ads. And after break, I guess we need our second cauldron, yeah?
Probably. Who's running out?
The first one I did
Non
has 9
alchemist.
minutes left. 9 minutes left on the first one I did. Oh no, I have a second one.
Okay.
Yeah, excuse you
And
didn't
I have
grade
my
me
own.
one, but there
I
should
was
be.
just giving you the time that I had left on it so he could get a better understanding of whether we needed it or not.
Yeah, I got 30 minutes left, but still, we're gonna have another one before the end of the night. We may as well get them all out.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I see quite a few people without a flask at all.
Oh yeah, you could,
1, 2, 3 people are running out. A few people have used their own. 30 minutes, yeah.
Well, this isn't for Paul. It's just to see who's back. Who we're missing still.
if you want to grab a back enchant out of the bank. I can put one down.
I inspected K to see if she needed the boosts from Halandras, and the window just came up now.
Wait, you got your answer.
Closet.
Did anything change over the last 2 weeks?
Nope.
Kind of been nerfed a little bit. I think they added
I
some
meant in
second.
terms of strategy.
2% wipe last week.
Yeah.
How many people were alive at 10%?
2%.
Yeah, I think one.
No, it was a little more
It
than
was-
that.
Yeah, it was like 3, and then
Blade was.
yeah.
So that was, I'm pretty sure that was the first time we cleanly went into the last phase. And because we didn't see the mechanics, a bunch of shit all exploded at once and killed more than half the raid instantly as phase 3 started. Then, well, then it kind of went downhill from there to 2%.
Yeah.
Till finally at 2% when we wiped.
Yep.
Alright,
Full
dropping
weight's still been
cauldron
up.
now.
If full weight still had been up, could have gotten that little bit.
I still have no idea how you survived that long.
That strike heals for 40% of all damage I take in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Isn't that the pot kettle and kettle black?
Or like the pot patting the kettle on its back.
I'm confused.
You two have the highest survivability in the raid right now?
2.
My food buff.
Do we want to start with runes, or do we want to see how it goes for a bit first?
I already used mine. so I have one.
Perfect.
I wasn't gonna risk it. We were.
Do we have any somewhere?
In the guild bank. I can grab you one if you need me to.
I've never used the guild bank. I have no idea how.
It's right here, just open it. We have 2 tabs, the 2 dynamite tab for reason.
I got one from Arc.
Should I use I guess I should use Vantage Rune, right?
May as well. I don't think we'll be. I think this will be our thing we gotta get over still this week. Anyone else want one?
Yes, please.
We good?
Still flasks, guys.
I take a second one if somebody else needs it later.
Yep, always fill up with the second one regardless. Perfect.
People can help with the farming. I've been going through and getting like hundreds at a time, and they just disappear.
We should still have quite a bit in the bank, but yeah, sorry, I've been slacking.
I like to make sure there's at least 16 flasks in the bank, so that if one of us can't get on, we'll have cauldrons for the night, basically. Preferably 32 in the bank for full raid week.
I'm here.
Do you have CC assignments?
Not yet.
I take X.
I'm gonna take skull.
Circle.
Triangle. Someone.
I'll get triangle.
And our backups are available.
I'll be back up.
Who else do we have as backup just in case? Anyone?
I can do backup as long as they call it which one needs to be CC'd.
Yes. There's a point of clarification because they keep moving around the room and the markers on the ads keep changing. Locations based on how DBM decides to just mark them. Try to call out the world marker that they're at, not the marker on the ad.
Let's do it.
Libra.
Nope.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Your reality ends here.
AoE is in.
Here.
Right out.
Red.
Next to you.
Turn around.
Back around.
Ed, turn around. Back to the boss.
Boss.
I don't know.
Run to the boss. There you go. 1 and 3. Default is if you don't know where to go, run towards the boss.
I did not see the thing.
We have the mini
What?
heal music cue.
Nice.
Okay, here we go.
In. Right out.
Killer staff.
Oh. Ooh, that was dodgy.
Mine are on first scrim.
2 and 4.
Stack barrier.
Through the boss. Right. Stars go through the boss. Just reminder.
Thanks.
Shoot him out his ass.
Somebody broke my CC. Got in.
That.
switch.
Don't give up,
Hero.
We will not fail.
At Anderhall, you failed your kingdom and your prince.
Ad. Big ad, big ad. Yeah, it's down. CC targets. Okay, X is empty. Across the last ad. 1 and 3 is going down in 3 seconds. Hard to see this one. Make sure you're in front of him.
Damn, Chandel, make up your mind.
I can't.
In for barrier. In for barrier, stars to the butt.
Into the barrier. There we go.
Ads coming out, CCs.
Okay, we're gonna start Skull. X is free again. Going for it.
I forgot to go down.
Should be good. Watch your
Watch the
health.
beams. Watch the beams.
Back to barrier. Till the ad.
Yeah, let's get this ad down, please. Personals.
He made it in. Shit.
You're okay.
Get that last healing out.
Last ad. There's still one more ad up. People are coming back up. Remember the next phase, don't go near the edge of the room. Try to stay closer to the middle.
I feel my soul.
We're kind of trying to stay a little bit together here.
And don't forget there's going to be the secondary big ad.
Yes. We're going to switch to him at 50.
Can Giggles get a mana tide totem or
Yep,
intervene
out.
or anything?
Good time to kill ads.
So needy.
I know.
Switch to the big ad. Let's not miss it by accident. A little more, a little more. Oh. Yeah. We can't miss that. Look at all the seeds.
You're seedy.
Yeah, we
Can't
missed
see
that
it, I
by
get that.
a fraction of a second.
Look at all the
Yeah,
ads that.
And that phase damaging on the monster soul, and that comes up as #1 priority. Ignore everything else. For damaging anyway.
You will find what you seek.
Yeah, I think everyone's switching based on what I'm seeing in the logs, but I think we just need to specifically prioritize our second round of trinkets and such for that. The DPS race.
Honestly, it's better to single target the monster soul down and then go into AoE than just doing just pure AoE during that time.
Yeah. There we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your reality ends here.
AoE is incoming.
Spread it.
You should really stab. AoE is incoming.
The boss. 1 and 3.
Into barrier. Spread.
You should really stab. Run out. AoE is incoming.
Ton back.
I got 6 seconds.
Fuck, bring a perk.
That's gonna be the 6 seconds when he just decides not to melee.
2 and 4.
Back to barrier.
Stars out his ass.
Moon gets targeted and she's swearing in a different language.
Run to the boss.
Me? No! Don't give up, Andrew. We will not fail you.
Switch.
Ton of
Oh.
Super Saiyan.
Alright.
Finder curse is up.
Kill the ants.
CC.
What's this free?
AoE is incoming. AoE is incoming.
This ad 1 and 3 is going down.
One out. AoE is incoming.
In for barrier. Stars out the bum.
Barrier's still up.
Gone.
New ads.
Kill the ants.
Circle is empty. Going for it.
Barrier in 5, get ready to stack. Dang it.
Just personals for this to survive this.
Don't run that right through.
Immune.
Focus soul as soon as it's up.
Switch to the not yet.
Watch the wall, watch the wall.
Big ads up. Watch the ball behind us. Big ad. Whoa! Not against the wall.
The wall near
Back.
us.
Need to get these ads down.
He's returning.
Wall. To kill the ads.
Save
Don't stand in the middle.
yourselves.
Do you have a res?
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet.
Okay, because Giggles needs up if you do.
45 seconds.
We're watching.
Spread out.
I'll give him as much as possible.
Remember your group.
Spread out.
Spread. Okay. 1, go in. 2. 3. Oh no! Can't
Don't
run
run
another.
over each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you cannot.
yeah.
You cannot run over people.
Can't blink over me.
Nope.
Guys, I need to. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Giggles up.
Well, don't jump off.
Too late. People already did.
This is still doable.
Is it?
Yeah, we did it with 4 people left.
Yeah, but he's at 22%.
Yeah, we just keep going.
Spread out.
Less explosions.
Okay, group 1.
Okay.
2.
Can you grab him?
Group 2.
I jumped off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
That's what I was saying. Last group. Anyone left? Just don't touch bubbles. Yeah.
I mean, if it's jumped off, I've got like 50 stacks or something.
Don't
Yeah.
bail it. You could do this with 5 people left.
Submit.
Okay.
The light.
Is there any way I could be in group? Not the last group, because in this phase I have nothing left anymore to self heal, and if I have to wait till
I don't
group
think it
4
does
is called,
damage over time.
No,
yeah,
it
it's
doesn't.
not what does damage over time. It's when you cleanse it does the damage over time.
So Mike, I get a question on how that works. Can you cross over people who don't have the bubble,
Yeah.
Correct.
but just
Yeah.
not the other people who have the bubble?
It acts the same as the blasphemy from the first round, except
Everyone's the same color.
yeah.
Not gonna comment.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a couple people die from walking into the wall, it looks like.
I did, yeah.
The stars. I want to remind people about the stars. When you stretch that out and your character's counting down, what's going 3, 2, 1 over your head, when it hits 1 over your head, do a 90-degree turn. Don't keep running straight, because you're just going to get hit by the star in the back. If you turn at 1, then it'll fly past you. You won't get silenced or hit or take damage from it. It's not an Xbox.
360 is all the way around, right?
Oh, here we go.
Call it a 360 because you turn in, or you go up to it, turn around, or whatever that stupid joke was.
Turn around 360 degrees and walk away.
Right. I remember the thing.
It was dumb. It was just meant to irk people.
We don't do that around here.
No, not at all.
Humanity ends here.
AoE is in.
Minor curses.
Barrier. Red.
Don't overlap circles.
You should really stack.
They start moving in to find a friend. One, three.
AoE is in.
End. Spread. That's a big barrier.
In if you can. If you're not doing blasphemy, let's get this barrier down. Okay.
It's gone.
Battle res, please.
AoE is in.
2 and 4.
Yep. Barrier in. Stars out the butt. That's not the butt. There we go.
In what way?
Barrier's still up.
Red. In.
Don't give up, Andor. We will not fail you. At Andor.
Big boy. Add CC's out.
Stars free.
X is free.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry.
Compensating X.
AoE is in.
Okay, now we're okay.
Is this 1 and 3?
Yes.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
is incoming.
In for barrier. Stars to the butt.
Barrier. 1 and 3 in the barrier. Okay. And spread.
TLDR.
That's coming
New
up.
New ads. There is not one at Skull. Doing port. Did you go down the first one?
Yeah, you were down there with us, bud.
I must have.
Yeah, you were.
Barrier.
Yeah. I got 2 heads up.
I feel my soul.
He's immune. So switch to the other side, Arthas.
The strength lies within you.
Ball. Switch to the big ad. Big ad, big ad, big ad.
Use a defense.
Why
Nope.
not?
Run off.
Sorry, I think that pull I screwed pretty much everything up that was to be screwed up, so it was just
For the down phase, do we need to send 3 healers on each one, or can I take 1 healer
No.
on each group and just keep them up?
No, we don't need 3 down there. We're destroying the healing ads.
I figured as much, because when I was watching down there, DPS ads were we were killing DPS ads while the healing ones were already gone.
Yeah.
I died due to lack of healing in the down phase.
So take one of ours then.
Well, we were doing this with typically 1 healer dealing with primarily with the ads, and the other one watching people's health primarily, and then helping as needed.
Did you pay the Giggles bribe this month?
Yeah, just make Giggles heal it all. Okay. We'll keep a Pally and a Druid down there. Kay and Cerebi will stay up then, please.
Okay.
It's usually it's usually when the second group goes down, the first group surviving. That's usually when we have the biggest problems. Part of that is because of the hopelessness stack on top of the bubble in the second phase, which really hurts. So
Yeah, group 1 has like 6 seconds before we have to go in the bubble. You guys get it during yours.
yeah. Bubble stacks are going to be the hardest point. So I think people should just keep aware of what's going on and try and survive those. Drop this too. Okay.
Five, One.
Your reality ends here.
AoE is a
Barrier. Red.
You should really stab. AoE is incoming.
1 and 3.
Missed mine.
In for barrier.
AoE is incoming.
Right up.
You should
5 seconds. Okay. Barrier's good.
Run out. AoE is incoming.
Four.
Barrier.
Yeah, in for barrier. This is usually hurts. Still barrier up. Okay, it's done. Spread. Ooh, I'm gonna back off. There we go.
Kind of funny though.
Grim, when he's moving into during the invincible phase, can you drop those health stones?
I dropped some before we started.
I didn't pick them up. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Made me lose my cooldown for that.
We will not fail you.
Again.
Hey, God. Yep. Reboot. Ads. X is empty.
AoE is incoming. AoE is
Oh,
incoming.
shit. Okay.
Nice, like. I was just out of range to charge.
1 and 3.
In for barrier. Starts through the butt.
Okay, we're gonna help with barrier. Okay, spread. Next set of ads coming. Green is free.
I remember to stay at this time.
Two and
2 and
four.
4.
Going clockwise, counterclockwise.
Go down.
Barrier. Barrier in 2. Personals here. This one hurts.
Get out if you need healing.
Go on his butt. You do not get hit by stars. Hey, barrier's gone. Let's get the ad down. Last ad.
Please heal me.
One more ad.
Boss a little bit away.
He's dead.
Yeah, we're good.
And you?
Yep. Move over to where Arthas will come out.
Slipping away.
Get an innovator manatide totem.
The strength lies within you.
So
Would you like fries with that?
From the right.
Tush.
Big ad. Big ad. Wall coming too. Big ad. Go, 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 go.
Watch the wall.
Kill the ad. No, we can't have that happen.
That was really bad walls. Like,
We should be closer to the kind of, yeah. I know it's rough, but we have to be able to deal with it.
I feel like we keep going in different directions each time. First wall, we should probably just always go
Clockwise.
The ad's gonna go where it goes. You
What?
can't.
That follows us.
we can't control which direction we're fleeing from the walls, because if one wall comes one direction and we try to go clockwise and the wall's coming towards us,
So
we're gonna
the,
get killed.
so the first wall, there's only one out there, and then the big ad spawns, and we have to deal with it right away. So what I'm saying is, if we know which way we're going, then we don't get split up, which is what happened there.
No,
The first
it's,
couple of
it's
times
gonna
the
go
wall
where,
came from the
where
left.
things are.
This time the first wall came from the right.
So, okay. So something to remind is we cannot predict where the walls are going to come from. The point of saying clockwise is that people have a general direction that we are moving instead of panicking, running away, and we don't kill things that we need to. That's it. This is not a definitive strategy of continue to sashay left and you will be fine. That is not the strategy. The strategy is go clockwise if at all possible to continue to follow the group. That's the way we will generally be going, but you have to pay attention to where the walls are walking because we cannot anticipate where they are.
Yeah, I'm saying literally the first wall. If the second wall is right where that one is, then we keep moving, but at least we're still together.
Yes. Yeah, the point is to follow the same general direction. This is why they put clear fire exit signs on one door, not every door. You know, follow the path. Okay. Everyone's here. Good. Yeah, we can just keep. It's that split second of damage we're missing. I mean, I wish it was a little bit more, a little more of a buffer there to feel comfortable, but right now we just need that little bit extra.
Pew pew.
What was he at? 32. Okay.
Yo, Giggles, kill him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your reality ends here.
AoE is in.
Red.
You should really stab. AoE is incoming.
In. One and three.
Run out. AoE is incoming.
In.
Okay, one and three. We're
Red.
hopping in the barrier. We can't get blasphemy if we were down.
AoE is incoming.
Four. Up for barrier.
Ready for barrier.
Don't give up, Andor. We will not fail you. Your existence is one failure at Andor, and your prince.
Use a defensive.
Add. Your ads.
Kill the ads. AoE is incoming.
Green is empty.
AoE is incoming.
1 and 3 are going down in 5 seconds.
Shockwave.
In for barrier, start with the butt.
Into the barrier, 1 and 3. Okay, it's gone.
CCs.
X is empty. Two and 4. Barrier in 5. This one's gonna hurt. This is where you run personals. Survive. Right now. In. Maybe that helps. Watch the line. I can't get to the other side.
Works out pretty good.
Yep, that's that. Last ad.
We get to beat on him a little bit too?
Just a little bit.
Spoiled.
I feel my soul slipping away.
Stay closer to the middle here so you get a little extra time.
The strength lies within me.
Big ad.
Watch it behind us.
Move closer to the middle, and we're going.
Use a defense.
Ad. Again.
Damn.
If you're using using trinkets and cooldowns while we're down below that we need to.
You like?
That we can save for that.
Well, friend of the Grummels.
Trying to remember, is there space in the middle during that phase?
A little bit.
Just furthest away from any edge, right?
Yeah. The problem is that you've got walls that walk from the other side into the middle.
No, I know. Just I know that I'm losing a little bit of DPS because I'm having to move so much, right?
Yep.
And I would imagine the same problems with all the casters. What about saving hero for that?
Then we lose a lot of efficiency on hero then, because moving and so forth. We're not that far off from killing it. The problem is that people are panicking and running away from the walls instead of doing damage, right? Let's just see.
It's just a step to the left.
Yes. A sachet or a slide.
Yes.
Slide to the right.
Two seconds here. Huh, okay. So something to keep in mind too is we're gonna have to call it out as the walls are going around, but if one spawns beside us and there isn't another one that's directly heading to it, we can actually just wrap around behind it. Right? Just go to the edge of the wall and get behind it and use that space for a while.
I did that the first time.
I don't know if people realize this either, but apparently it's impossible in the blasphemy phase for the tanks to get the same marker. They will either get 2 different markers or only one, or neither of them will get markers.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crappy.
Apparently,
Yeah,
it's totally safe during the blasphemy phase for the tanks to stack on top of each other.
I could have sworn I've seen them both have yellow at one point.
Not according to this.
I've never paid attention to what Blade has. I stand by myself.
Yeah, I'm just between them, trying to keep track of which one has the opposite color for me.
Yeah, I normally drop mine off on Revan if it's right.
Yeah. I was just reading someone said that makes it a little easier for melee because they can either go to the tank because they'll have one or none. So they don't have to worry about it. Giggles is here. We're good?
I'm here. I'm good.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your reality ends here.
Fred.
Spread out. You should really stack. AoE is in.
Someone else has got one, no?
Middle, coming through.
Say I'm standing on the boss. 1 and 3.
I only saw you, the yellow.
I didn't see. Yeah. Whatever. We're good. There's still never mind. Bubble's gone. Bubbles.
Run out. AoE is in.
Doing 4 down.
Shockwave.
In. Throw a barrier up. Spread. Quick. Quick, quick, quick.
Bring up crack. Like Captain. That works too.
Can't. We can't.
minutes.
Let me go. Don't give up, Amber. We will not fail you. At Anderhall, you failed your king and your prince.
Big boy.
Kill the ad.
Green is safe.
AoE is a
Green.
AoE is a
Last died.
shockwave.
1 and 3.
AoE is a
In for barrier. Starts at the butt.
One and 3 in the barrier. Okay. Spread out for ads.
kill the ads.
X is free.
AoE is a shockwave.
2 and 4.
Barrier.
First personals. This is gonna hurt. Get in the bubble.
Safety bubble.
Watch where you're sending the stars. I'm gonna send it to the outside. Okay, barrier's down. Last ad.
Save your CDs for big boy.
Stay near closer to the middle here. We'll make a call on where we go once we start seeing the walls. Okay. Move around behind this wall. Switch to the big guy. Just back up a little bit. Not against the wall though, not against the edge. Keep moving behind the wall that's just showing up. Big ad. Big ad. Everything you got. Kill, kill, kill. Okay. Just keep moving to this corner. Towards. We're going towards Skull next. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here. Okay. Move closer to the middle.
Okay, Aura.
Move a little bit away from the wall. Don't be near the other wall. Edge of the room. Just need to kill the ads here.
Moving toward X for that wall that's coming through.
Yep.
Watch
Keep
the
going. Keep going. Stage ends in 5 seconds. Keep going to X. Focus ads.
Don't go to the boss.
One ad still. Still adds up. Okay.
Spread out.
personals.
Don't be near the middle. Kind of spread out a bit. We don't want people bumping into each other. Remember, do not touch bubbles. Group 1. Work your way in. Group 2.
Got him.
Can't touch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Group 3.
It's my fault, Cap. I'm sorry.
And group 4.
Spread back out.
Yep.
AoE is incoming.
Here we go with the markers again.
Spread out.
Spread.
Target you.
Okay, 1, go in. 2, make your way in. Hold. 3. Slow, slow, slow. Shit. Sorry. 4. You haven't gone in yet.
Personal health potions. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Second potions. Drink it.
AoE is incoming.
Spread back out.
I have nothing left.
Spread out.
Group 1.
Submit.
Let the healers catch up.
2. 3. It's gone. There's nothing left. We salute those who are about to die. Yeah. Yeah.
AoE is incoming.
Submit.
Good try.
Spread out.
Submit.
Yeah. I think he just had too much health.
Kneel.
Yeah, there's no bubble in the middle.
No, its star is moving.
I know.
The light has abandoned you.
What did he go into that last phase with? 22? 21?
22, 23%?
Yeah, we're not gonna pull. We're not gonna pull again. That was.
That should be in
Full-
our range. I think we just killed too many people.
Think so? I mean, lower would obviously be better.
Yeah, but that's definitely within our range.
Hmm.
It's up 30.
The for the hunters, when you go down into the under phase in the sword phase, whatever, do you have to resummon your pets?
No.
No.
Ugh.
Do you?
I don't get to keep any of my imps.
Oh.
Oh, well.
If I had like 12 imps, and then as soon as it ports me down, I'm back to 0. I don't get to keep them, which is really annoying because I basically start from scratch on damage down there.
I mean,
Well, I
that's
was gonna say,
resource, not
blast them,
pet.
blast them off with, the one spell you have right before you go down, so at least they're hitting him before you go down, and putting them to use instead of them just disappearing.
Well, that's not really my concern. My more concern is that as soon as I get down into the downstairs, I have to start building imps again to be able to really do much. Start from scratch, basically.
Yeah, but as
I
long
don't
as
get
you get the dude CC'd, then it's not that
Insert.
hard.
You could always try Destro joke here.
Yeah.
Yo, Zerdane, can I ask you a couple questions?